Fix them and forget them ribs. Everybody loves a good rib experience. Out on the smoker, out on the grill. I get that. We got pit masters out here that may balk at this, but I can promise you, try these ribs the way that I'm gonna show you, you may never go back to that. I don't have time to be at the smoker today and be on the grill. I've got to take a guy to rehab. I got to go to work. But I'm gonna have me some ribs when I get back. They're gonna be fall off the bone good. So let's see what we got. This being a dry rub recipe, the first thing we gotta do is make our rub. So start off with 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Got 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper in the bowl. Now we got 3/4 of a teaspoon of white pepper. We're gonna all just get along here in the bowl. We got our black pepper and our white pepper getting along just fine in the bowl together. Now I'm gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. Next up on the ingredient list in this nice rub is gonna be 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Not ground human, ground cumin. We're gonna do 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground oregano. We got 1 tablespoon of paprika. Can't have a rub without salt, so we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Next up is we've got 1/4 teaspoon of white sugar. Last ingredient to the dry rub is gonna be 1/3 cup of dark brown sugar. Make sure you get dark brown. Put it in there like that. You wanna pack it into your cup so you make sure you get it all. We got white sugar, dark brown sugar. They're all just getting along so well in the bowl here. Kind of like we are out here. It's contrary to what the media will tell you. You wanna mix your rub around real good. I took a regular old pack of ribs. We use Smithfield. Smithfield's right here in Virginia, even though it's owned by the Chinese. Don't get me started on that. But anyway, I don't remove the membrane. Don't do anything. Just rinse them off, and I cut them into about 3 or 4 pieces. So you got 3 or 4 ribs here on each little slab. And you're gonna take your rub, and you're gonna rub it all over. Front and back. You want to get your hands a little messy here. Get that rub on that. That down in there real good. Key thing here is you want to set it down in the crock pot, meat side out. So meat side against the wall, against the rim of the crock pot bowl. Grab the other ones. Work it in there real good. Get all the ends. Completely coat your rib down in this rub. And then you set it inside the crock pot like so. I mentioned earlier I got to take that fella to rehab. I intervened on him a few days ago, and this wasn't a guy that you could take the car or take his phone. It's a grown man with his own financial means. He was miserable. The entire family described him as a monster. When I showed up to do the intervention, I just saw a broken human being that just needed a little nudging in order to go to treatment. But he had some things business-wise he had to tend to before he could agree to go that day. So I'm gonna leave here in a little bit, and I'm gonna take him and get him started on his journey. A lot of families like us to take their loved one to treatment because I've been in treatment, I've been in many of them, and I can help prep him on what to expect, how to look at this thing, how to get the most out of it. And I can be real with him, and I can make a connection with him so when he gets out, he's got someone on this side that he can lean on for some support and just some brotherhood. It's a cool job. It's a cool job. Some days I'd rather just be in here cooking, making videos for y'all, but I get to see some true miracles out here in the job that I do in my regular occupation as an interventionist. Very blessed man, very blessed. Say some prayers for this fella, if you will. His only messy part about this whole thing, and I could have avoided that if I'd have worn some gloves like my cameraman suggested, but no, I'm a stubborn dude, so. All right, got it all set up. Don't put anything in the crock pot except your ribs. No water, no liquid of any kind. Set them over in your crock pot here. 8 hours on low. Just set it, forget it. Go do what you gotta do. Go do an intervention, go fishing, whatever. In a pinch, you can do 4 hours on high, but I don't recommend it. 8 hours on low. Go do your thing. We'll check back. Just like I said earlier, I've been at work all day, hadn't had to work the grill or manage the pellets, and look at that, those ribs, they are done. What I tell you, you wouldn't think they'd look like that coming out of a crock pot, did you? Look at that goodness there. Let's see what we got here. Look, it's just falling right off the bone. Look at that, just falls right off. That's good. That's good, you can't tell. It didn't come off a grill. This is easy. I've been at work all day. He's been cooking. We got sides, we're good. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and remember to always be good to yourself.